Making 3D animated websites has never been easier without three.js. Three.js is a cross-browser JavaScript library used to create and display animated 3D computer graphics in a web browser using WebGL. So in this video, you'll see how to render our beautiful planet in space using three.js. First of all, we must install three.js into our project. Three.js allows us to either use npm or importing from a CDN. Since I'll use npm, I must also install the popular build tool of it. In the terminal, type npm install save3 for three.js and npm install save-dev-vit for the build tool vit. Inside the project directory, we'll create an index.html file and a main.js file. Inside index.html, add main.js as a module. Now that we're done with the setup, let's start coding. First of all, in your terminal, run npx-vit to run a local development server on your browser. Inside main.js, we'll import three.js, create a 3D scene where objects will be placed, set up a perspective camera with a 45-degree field of view, an aspect ratio based on the window size, and a viewable range from 0.1 to 1000 units, and create a WebGL renderer to display the scene. By the way, three.js will not work in your browser if WebGL is not supported. To check if it's supported, head over to get.webgl.org and you should see a spinning cube. Back to our code, adjust the size of the renderer to match the window size, and add the renderer's output to the web page, which is typically a canvas element. Next, let's place the camera at these coordinates and replicate sun's light using the directional light method. Then set light's position in the scene at these coordinates, and finally add light to the scene. Now we need an important asset for our project, which is an Earth model. Three.js allows us to load 3D models using something called loaders. There are many loaders in Three.js, but we're going to use the most popular one, which is GLTF loader. If you're familiar with Blender or any similar tools, you can make your own model and export it as a GLTF file. You can also visit this website where public domain GLTF files are available. So, go to the search bar and type Earth. You'll select any Earth model you like and download it as a GLTF format. And zip it and put it inside the models folder in your directory. Do the same thing with stars. Back to main.js, import the GLTF loader, then create a new instance of it, which will be used to load the 3D models. This function that I just wrote returns an array of file paths for the 3D model files that are located inside the models folder. Now let's create a function called load models. Inside this function, we'll call the getModelsPaths function, and then we loop through each model path. For every path, it uses GLTF loader.load to load the corresponding 3D model. Once a model is loaded, it's added to the scene. We'll also add this callback to catch any errors. Here, the animate function creates a continuous animation loop using requestAnimationFrame. In each loop, it checks if the 3D model is loaded, and if so, it will rotate slightly on the y-axis to create a spinning effect. After that, call the animate function inside the load models function to handle the animation of the scene. Finally, let's call the load models function. As you can see, it's working. But wait, I feel like I forgot something. Oh, I forgot to add orbit controls. If you don't know what orbit controls is, it's basically a feature that allows the camera to orbit around the target. To add it, just import orbit controls in your main.js file, then create an instance of orbit controls with the camera and canvas element as parameters. And there you have it. By the way, I'll leave the source code in the description.